Hello again, everybody. It's Harry Boxer, the Technical Trader. It's Thursday, February 11th. These are the charts of the day. I yesterday said I was going to go over some of the Boxer shorts, but I'm going to save that for the weekend, as there's still quite a few interesting stocks on the long side that need to be discussed. If you take a look at China Agritech, which is a stock we've been trading recently, has done very well. You'll see that within the confines of this major rising channel, the stock hit the top of that channel in January and backed off in a steady decline that saw it pre-split drop from nearly 40 down to about the I believe it's the low 20s. Now the stock on the split basis dropped from nearly 20 down to about 1265. It's consolidated, broke out 3-4 days ago, and is currently in a nice little mini bull flag. As volume dissipates and technicals hold up well, it looks like this can make a run at the old high up around 1985, and then beyond. Move towards the top of the channel may be doable towards the 24-25 zone, our next trading target. Low price Biotech Cyclacel Pharmaceutical CYCC has a very, very interesting pattern that's developed over the prior 7 or 8 months. A coil, a breakout, could not get through the June high. The pullback in December on low volume was a bullish one, held the moving averages, and then it popped sharply in early January, very sharply, going up nearly fourfold in just a couple days on some positive news. The slow, tedious pullback occurred over the next 3 weeks, followed by a little bit of a bump and then a back off. Now it's very distinct resistance. As you can see, it resists at this declining, at the lateral price level here around 243.44. That stock tested that, backed off, and then came on again today. But a gain of 18.25% on nearly 10 million shares today, the heaviest volume in about 3 weeks, indicates that the potential exists for this stock to make a clean break and a run that runs back towards a test of the high near $4. And if that's taken out, something around 5.5 or 6 may be doable, but that's a bit down the road. Dendron had a significant day today, as you can see from the breakout of this 1 month consolidation range. It traded 6.8 million shares and broke out to new all-time highs at its high today. 31.53 set a new all-time high, just slightly, but as you can see in the rising channel here, Dendron is headed maybe to the top of that channel quickly for a move towards the 34 range. But with news potentially pending, it's the kind of stock that could take off and explode and go to 40 plus. We'll see what we get over the next couple weeks or so. Moving on, DSW, Designer Shoe Warehouse, after breaking out of a beautiful base here and a strong run in the September-October period, was put on our Fab 40 list and has been moving higher ever since. Now recently the stock went through a 6-7 week consolidation. 2 days ago pulled back on an inch-high day yesterday, and today popped out again, up 79 cents. Needs some more volume, but if it does get it, we may see the stock start to accelerate towards the top of the channel and move into the low 30s. ID, L1 Identity Systems, has moved nicely yesterday and again today, taken out the declining tops line here with a thrust, backed and filled over the course of January and early February, formed a little bit of a bull flag here, had a nice price volume surge that's taken it to 6-7 month highs. My target up around the 8 3/4 level should be reached shortly. Secondary target up around 9.5 or so should be quickly reached, and if it takes out that level, you can see long line of resistance going back about 1.5 years, which could lead to a move into the 11.5 range, my secondary target. ISSI, a member of the Fab 40 as well, has been flying of late in a beautiful rising channel at the top of this channel, but it looks like it wants to break out and accelerate higher. Strong technicals, underlying balance of power, money stream, and unbalanced volume are all indicating strong accumulation, and the stock could move higher. As you can see, we've just moved above the 07 highs and may have the 2005 highs up around 9.5 in sight. That's my next trading target on ISSI going forward. Keytronics, thin but moving strongly and steadily. Price volume surge at the end of December resulted in this coil. Today it appeared to come out of that coil and may accelerate here quickly up another point or so up towards 6.5, my next trading target. Leapfrog LF had a significant session today, and popped with a big price volume breakaway gap and price volume surge. You can see lateral resistance on a long-term basis. The stock, by the way, hit a 52-week high. There is some resistance from December '07 high up around the 5.25, 5.5 range, which I suspect may be reached quickly. Longer-term target would be up around the $8, 7.5 level, let's call it. Secondary target on LF. Micros Endovascular, MEND, also a member of my Fab 40. Beautiful one-year rising channel underway, accelerating steadily, not getting too far ahead of itself, but on balance volume, money stream, and balance of power are all very bullish. The stock made another new multi-year high today. I think it was about a 2.5-year high. Call it a two-plus year high. My next target is up around mid-20s, 25, let's call it, and that will be near the top of the channel as well. Momenta Pharmaceuticals still remains one of my favorite current patterns, with a long one-year base, or breakout, a bull flag, a secondary move, and spike up, followed by another flag right in this range here. As you can see, the stock has been rather quiet volume-wise, but the underlying technicals have held up. Not only that, but on-balance volume has made new highs, and it's at the top of the window without price getting that kind of a move. So it may be anticipating a move that takes this up towards the $18 range. My next trading target on Momenta. NOA and ACG Holdings. Beautiful multi-month consolidation trading range. Was broken with a price volume surge a week and a half ago, and the stock has been consolidating beautifully ever since, with the on-balance volume line going to new highs ahead of price. Another indication of a potential surge. Short-term trading target around the 11 and then 12.5 range are my targets going forward on NOA. Next up, Pharmacolytics, PCYC. Beautiful short-term rising channel underway. Very powerful move. Great technicals. Little mini 3-day bull flag here. If it breaks out to the upside, I could see a quick move, taking it to about 6.25, 6.5, my short-term trading target. Silicon Graphics, SGI, is in a strongly rising channel after breaking out of this trading range and across the major declining tops line with a price volume surge here. Cluster of volume at the end of December, early January. And that stock then went into a little bit of a falling wedge here, but a bullish one. Low volume ebb created at the end of January led to the pop from 7.75 up to 10. The pullback held moving averages, and now it's popping again. I suspect this stock is headed for about 12, my short-term trading target. Tekelec had a very significant session today, breaking out of a 6-month declining tops line and across January highs with a price volume surge after it broke through 3 moving averages, 10, 21, and 50-day moving averages, exploded and closed near the high end of the range. Very, very bullish action there, up more than 2 points, 13.5% today. I'd look for a move that takes us up towards the immediately up towards 17.75, but ultimately 18.75 to 19.5 range, and then be even as high as 21 on Tekelec. Telestone, TSTC, which had broken down and taken the stock back for almost in half from 25.84 down to under 12.70. Consolidated for a couple weeks, formed that kind of a wedge, but broke out today with thrust and right at the moving averages here. If this extends, we could see it retest quickly of 1950-70 zone, and beyond that, we have a key breakout. So watch for that. But let's first see if we can get across the 50-day moving average at around 17.75 as early as tomorrow. Molasses, VCI, very strong rising channel underway, long term especially. But more importantly, after a kind of a head and shoulders bottom here, the stock broke out with a price volume surge, pulled back, reversed off the moving averages and trend line, and it's starting to move higher. This is a stock that, with the big short position, that could start to really accelerate. I'd look for something in the high 20s, and then the low to mid 30s eventually on BCI. That's it for today's ideas, and have a good Friday tomorrow. We'll talk to you later.